and welcome back to Player One versus the World. So, just a bit of an FYI. So, we have a new StrangeCast coming out as of tomorrow, which is Wednesday, the 26th of July. And we recorded that well in advance. We have a special guest coming on it. But as some of you might know, and if you follow me on Twitter, we always have some kind of news happen when StrangeCast is coming out. So, we didn't get the chance to cover this piece of news. And because obviously episode 49 drops on Wednesday, we don't have a new episode coming out until episode 50, which is the landmark episode for us, doesn't come out for another 2 weeks. So it'll be a while until this news gets covered by us on the podcast, essentially. So for context, I wanted to record a single video, just my initial reactions. There'll be a more meatier conversation on StrangeCast episode 50 with Adam. I wanted Adam on this video, but again, our schedules didn't align. We're on 2 different time zones, and to do something so quickly on such an unscheduled notice does cause it just means that someone's not going to be available at a time. So I just decided to do this as a quick video because I know people come here for their Life is Strange content. Some people come for the news. Some people might just, want to know what's happening. So I wanted to keep people in the loop. So that's just for context. And as I said, this will be a conversation that could go on 30 minutes if it's me and Adam. And I didn't want to just attach it to an episode, which is almost 2 hours long anyway, and make it even longer. So again, as I said, decided to do this as just a quick solo reaction video, quick update on what I've read on the news as well, and to share it with you. But before we get into that as well, if you are new here, do consider dropping subscribe, turn on notifications, like, and share with your friends. It helps support the channel more than anything else. It's a very small channel, and we have a very small community, and it's nice to have people supporting the channel. And as I said, you can, and if you are new here as well, there's a very much a heavy Life is Strange content channel. We do a podcast bi-weekly called StrangeCast with my co-host Adam Evolt. You can check it out. There's about 49 episodes that we've had done so far, or 49 by the time Wednesday comes along, actually. Sorry. But yeah, we have a lot of Life is Strange content, a lot of interviews, another series called Life After Strange with actors from the series, which you can go and watch. A lot of details you'll find out about the series through that. So as I said, we're here instead for this solo reaction videos. I don't know how long this is going to last. I hope it's not over 20, 30 minutes or something. I just want to give you my initial reactions and talk about what we've seen, because it was big news and it was kind of unexpected for a lot of people. So on Monday, Square Enix announced a new comic series. Hey ho. This was completely out of the blue, just dropped. And as I said, 2 days before we were dropping a new podcast. Always happens, something big happens, and this was no different. So I'm going to go to Life is Strange press release that was on Square Enix's website. So on the 24th of July, it says Titan Comics and Square Enix are thrilled to reveal that the new chapter in the Life is Strange comics coming this December, called Life is Strange Forget Me Not, from winner of the Ruse Manning Newcomer Award at the 2023 Eisner Awards, creator Zoe Thorogood, who has done It's Lonely at the Center of the Earth, the Impending Blindness of Billy Scott. Forget Me Not introduces 2 fan favorite characters from Life is Strange True Colors to the unique Titan Comics timeline. Psychic empath guitarist Alex Chen and drummer, DJ, and super nerd Steph Gingrich are now touring their band across small town America, a tour of crusty venues, distracted audiences, and cold nights huddled in their camper van. I hope their van's Gladys. I love Gladys from the original comic series. Anyway, as the days blur together, Alex and Steph begin to doubt their choices until they find another lost soul on the side of the road, a mysterious teenager named Lily. Alex and Steph take Lily under their wing to uncover the truth of what she's running from, but there's more to Lily than meets the eye, as she struggles under the weight of heartache and memories from lives she hasn't lived. An all too familiar story from Alex, who's lived her life buffeted by the emotions of others. Is there time to save Lily from a similar lonely fate? Since its launch in 2018, Titan's Life is Strange comic has featured the unforgettable creative team of artist Claudia Leonardi and colorist Andrea Izzo, who returned for this new series, with Zoe Thorogood, joining the team as a writer, taking over from Emma Vieceli, who wrote the comic for a staggering 4-year run from 2018 to 2022. Zoe Thorogood said, and I quote, "It's difficult to emphasize how formative the original Life is Strange was for my teen years. I played it when I was 16 and remember falling in love with it instantly. I downloaded each episode on the day it came out. Even now, episode 2 is one of the most powerful game experiences I've ever had. Personally, Life is Strange has always being a series about misfits trying to find themselves and their crowd, with the superpowers being stand-ins for real-life divergences we may have. Tonally, it has the perfect balance of whimsical and dark, what the heck airy that I adore in stories. I'm hoping Life is Strange, Forget Me Not will appeal to new and old fans alike and have all the charm and heartbreak as the rest of the series. As a franchise, and so that's sorry, end quote there. And we have another quote as well from Titan Comics editor Phoebe Hedges, and she said, and I quote, "As a franchise, Life is Strange is always asking, quote unquote, what if, and encouraging players to explore the road less traveled. Life is Strange, Forget Me Not places familiar characters in unfamiliar places, and under Zoe's pen will take readers on an unforgettable emotional journey. Claudia Leonardi and Andrea Izzo have gone from strength to strength in developing the wider Life is Strange world and bringing Alex Chen to the page. As a book, Life is Strange, Forget Me Not is going to push Alex and her abilities and explore the power of our memories and the hold they can have over us, for better or worse, end quote. So Life is Strange, Forget Me Not, issue 1 will arrive in stores on December 13th, 2023, and is available to order in the upcoming October editions of Diamond Previews. Orders will open on the 22nd of September. I'm just quickly flicking through the rest of this press release. As with previous Life is Strange comics, issues will also be available to purchase digitally day to date through Amazon Comixology, Google Play Books, and Omnibus. So, and obviously, again, it says, well, you will be able to pick up a copy from your local comic book stores, which you can find by visiting the comicshoplocator.com or ordering via Forbidden Planet in the UK and Europe. So, as I said, unexpected news happened out of nowhere. So just got a tweet here from Emma Vieceli, as it says in the press release. She was the lead writer on the Life is Strange comic series. Had the opportunity to speak to her myself. Great human being. She wrote and just tweeted, "I'm beyond chuffed to hand the Life is Strange comic baton over to Zoe Thorogood. I hope I'm saying right. Thorogood. Talk about in good hands. I will always love this title and my team, but I got to finish the story. It felt the right time to step aside and see someone else's. I'm so very excited for this." So yes, the main piece of news is that, yes, a new Life is Strange comic series is in the works, and it's from Titan again. It's going to have Claudia Leonardi. It's got Andrea Izzo in there, both from Life is Strange's original comic series, the one with Max and Chloe. And I know a lot of people love the art. I love Claudia Leonardi's art. I think she's absolutely incredible what she does. And we got a cover as well for this as well, Forget Me Not. So I might, again, try and add it as a visual aid. It might have appeared already in the video. But this will be an Alex Chen story. So just my initial thoughts as well. And as I said, like there'll be a much more deeper discussion on this in the actual StrangeCast episode 50 with Adam. I was kind of surprised, and I wasn't kind of surprised about at the same time. I expected them to do more with Alex Chen, because we saw with leading up to True Colors release, we had the Free Comic Book Day event that they had. I think it was in 2021, and they had like a prequel comic that came out, and it had Alex in it. This was during the Vieceli timeline of comics that we were having released, and I expected them to do something else. It seems like they are kind of like Square Enix is capitalizing on other mediums and other kind of like little bit of merchandising where they can with Life is Strange. I think it's too late that they're doing it. Just in all honesty, I think this should have started well into 2015. That like even the Vieceli comic series should really start in 2015, just to kind of get people hooked in it. The fandom was much bigger than that back then than it is now, and it feels like it's kind of like we've eventually got to that line, because we've just had a prose novel, we've had a comic series, we've had another comic series now. But on the point of Alex Chen, yeah, I expected that, because Deck 9 has a very strong affinity with its characters. It's ones that it's created. And I wasn't surprised that they were going to do something along these lines and keep on Alex Chen, because True Colors seems to be something that, well, let's just say it this way. Life is Strange 2 was never going to get the comic book treatment like this, for example, even though I would love it. Like, I would want a Sean and Daniel story, especially. I think that they kind of like, Life is Strange 2 is just almost forgotten at most times. It's very rare we ever get anything, except for obviously like a Switch announcement. That was caught completely out of surprise for me. But with Alex Chen, it just seems like they had a lot of people resonated with it. It was a Deck Nine's kind of truly fledged outing with Life is Strange title. It wasn't like they were inheriting Don't Nod characters. They were creating their own characters. and they have time with that. So we have the comic series here now giving more context for people who are actually fans of True Colors, who can kind of explore more about the kind of story that it goes down. I hope that they continue the tradition that they had with like the first comic series with Vieceli, where it was like you kind of had characters popping in from different from different games. It was quite nice to see cameos from other characters. But yeah, and again, like as I always spoke about my theory, I always say to people, I always feel that Steph Gingrich was meant to have a bigger role in this game. And again, this just proves it again. Like Steph is again in a comic now in the comic series with Alex Chen. She's not the main character, but like you think about characters like Success in the Life is Strange series, no one has had the same precedented success that Steph has had in terms of she was a very small side character in BTS. Great performance from Katie Bent, obviously, as always love Katie's performance, and there's nothing, you can't say anything wrong with the way that she performs. It was absolutely amazing. But it's like she goes from a side character to becoming like quite adored by the fandom, then becomes a essentially like a main side character kind of person in True Colors. Then she has her own DLC with Wavelengths in True Colors. Then she has her own prose novel, and now she's in the comic series accommodating Alex. Maybe she's just a very good like secondary support character. Maybe she's a Chloe Price to Max Caulfield. But I think like there is an emphasis there again on Steph. And there's a lot to explore with Alex's story anyway. I think like there's more room for it. I think like if you played True Colors, and if you haven't, I'd click off the video right now and come back and watch it, because I'm going to spoil a bit of it. The endings were very open ended. There were so many endings in True Colors. And it's like there were so many open ended endings there, and they were like, hey, you know what? We can actually explore this a bit more in detail. And even with Life is Strange 1, there's 2 choices at the end of the game, but they had a way of writing an entire comic series based around it. And again, this borrows a lot of merit from the Life is Strange comic series that Vieceli wrote. I haven't read all of them yet. I kind of like personal things happened, and I completely fell off the rails of it. I got to like the volume 3 and stopped. My plan is to read back through them all again, so I want to go through from the beginning all the way up to, I believe, volume 6. But one of the things you find in there, as I said, like, you know, they were talking about the camper van with Alex and Steph, and I was like, you know, I wish Gladys is there. Gladys is the van in the original comic series, and it hits the same beats. It's like, you know, the touring, there's music and elements in there. It seems like it's going to take the same beats that we've seen from the Emma Vieceli series, and I think that they'll kind of stay true to that formula, Titan, because I don't think the Life is Strange comic series initially was meant to be as big as it did. It just was successful, and people, they carried on with it, Square Enix, and they kept commissioning it. It has a lot of it has like a lot of fans. It has a lot of people that don't like it as well. But you know, Life is Strange divides a lot of communities. So nonetheless, I'm excited by it. I'm as I said, like Life is Strange. I don't know how far the series goes in the future. I really don't know how long it lasts. Like even when like we're quietly waiting for a new game, we're waiting to see what happens. It's been they're always very quiet on this front, Square Enix. But this news specifically wouldn't surprise me if that Alex Chen becomes like the first main character from a Life is Strange game to return as a titular character, essentially. Like because obviously Chloe Price was like a secondary character to Max, and then became the lead character in Before Storm. And Before Storm was a prequel with like almost like a smaller, less episodes essentially. But with Alex Chen, I think like the way that things are being played out, the way that people feel towards it, I wouldn't be surprised if they try and like, even if hypothetically speaking, this new Life is Strange game is in development, or if there's a Life is Strange game in development, Deck Nine is at the helm of it, that Alex is still part of that story. That whether she's a main character or she's a side character or she reappears in it, I don't think we've seen the last of Alex Chen personally. I think that they're going to really run with Alex Chen at some point and see how far they go with things. So nonetheless, as I said, that kind of news just is something I wanted to cover here. There'll be a much more detailed conversation on StrangeCast. I don't want to go into all my theories and explanations. As I said, I want to really pick it apart with Adam. It'll be much longer that we can talk about it. So I hope you enjoyed that. It was just a quick update for people who follow the channel. I kind of want to bring you Life is Strange content. I've done a couple of reaction videos here and there, and I would have got to it on Monday, but again, like it was just so late in the day, and I didn't have time to sit down, edit, write, publish the video, etc. So I thought I'd just give you a quick update here. So in the meantime, let me know what you think of the comic announcement. Are you excited? Are you not excited? Give me your theories. Where do you think the story's going to go? I'd be interested to hear it. I've only given you my very early thoughts on something like this. I'm still like kind of sitting on this news and kind of trying to figure out how I feel about it. I'm intrigued by it. I don't know the author really well. Personally, I don't really read as much as I should do, and I really should be reading more. But I don't really know the author. But I'm glad that they kept the same aesthetic from the art team. But as I said, leave me your thoughts in the comments. I'll can't wait to see what you guys think. And again, one more time as well, if you are new here, please do consider dropping subscribe, turn on notifications, like the video, and share with your friends. Keeps you up to date with the content that we produce, keeps you up to date with our podcast, helps you support our channel. And as I said, again, in the meantime, there'll be a new StrangeCast coming out on the 26th of July, so don't worry about that. It'll come out on all podcast services. It'll be available on the YouTube channel, so you can access it. It just won't have this piece of news, so just an FYI as a one more time, and that this piece of news will be covered in episode 50. It's a big moment that for us. Thank you so much to everyone who supports StrangeCast. This is a big one for me. I always say to Adam, we always tick up every couple of days, every couple of weeks, we tick up in the followers on Spotify. We have a big following on our podcast services. We have people who come to the YouTube channel and comment, help support the viewing time. As I said, it's nice to see with the little metrics that I get on the back end of videos to see how much support our content gets. I'm never expecting 1 million views on podcasts, but just to know that people come here, enjoy it, send us really nice messages. People have interacted with me on Twitter. Love spotlighting the community, love spotlighting people that we've had on podcasts like Jonathan Panetta, and also our upcoming guests. You won't be surprised who it will be when you see it. But I'm always like, keen on supporting this community as much as humanly possible, because it's not as big as it once was, but it kind of gives people a place to come for Life is Strange content. So as I said, enjoy the video. Stay tuned for StrangeCast. Until then, take care. I'll see you for StrangeCast episode 49 and then episode 50.